Hey guys, and welcome to Quarter Shot. Right, another quarterfinal preview: Iga Swiatek versus Kaya Kanepi, and this is a very intriguing one actually. Kaya Kanepi, you can see, look at that ranking, and 115. She's coming towards the back end of her career, I would say, but she's had a lot of success over the years, making multiple Grand Slam quarterfinals in different tournaments, and for her, this will be extremely intriguing. It's her first ever Grand Slam final for Iga Swiatek outside of Roland Garros. So this will be intriguing. She survived against Kirsty, who has been, like Kanepi, really a master in upsetting the seeds, to be fair. And Kanepi has done just that as well. And she's been known for that throughout her whole career. But this will be very intriguing, to be honest with you, to say the least. Let's go into then the routes to this quarterfinal, to this stage, and then we'll go over a little bit about the head-to-head. I'm not sure if they played each other before. Actually, we'll have a look at that, and then also the play styles and how I think they're going to match up, potential tactics that could be used. On top of that, how I think it's going to go, of course, as well. Obviously, Iga Swiatek's won a Grand Slam before, making sure that, well, winning the Roland Garros edition a couple of years ago, which was a huge shock to a lot, but not to her, I would imagine. She's a very, very good player, to say the least. Right, so let's get into this. Iga Swiatek had Harriet Dart in the first round, got through that in straight sets. Then against Peterson, did the same. And then Kasatkina, who's very dangerous, beat her in straight sets. And then Kirsty is the only match she's managed to drop a set. Now, she's had a pretty, you can have a look at that run. That's a pretty good run, to be fair. Not too bad, not too many challenges. And arguably in Kanepi, she's got another so-called kind of, on paper anyway, easier opponent. So her route to the semi-final is pretty good, to say the least. And she won't be complaining about that, I'm sure. Of course, the winner of this will face Collins or Cornet as well. So that's, for Swiatek, the draw's really opened up. And the reason for that is we'll see in a second, because of Kanepi. So if we look at Kanepi's run, and you can see here, beat Kerber in the first round, which is, for me, a big upset. Beat her in straight sets as well. Kerber, a very good player, very solid, multiple Grand Slam champion. And that was a big upset for me. And I was surprised just the way that she won Kanepi. But yeah, she's destructive. She can be very, very destructive at times. Beat Pliskova in straight sets, and then Inglis winning in 3 and Sabalenka winning in 3 as well. And that Sabalenka match, that was power personified, mixed with a lot of unforced errors and double faults from both. It was a very intriguing match. And I think it's safe to say that the way that Kanepi plays is relatively similar to Sabalenka. She's probably not as good a mover as Sabalenka, but she's similar in the sense that she likes to hit big from the back of the court. She's a very flat backhand, likes to return with that backhand as well by setting up the points. On top of that, she hits big monster serves, but can hit quite a few unforced errors and double faults to go along with that. It's a big offensive game. And because of that aggressiveness in her game, when she comes up against people who are, I guess, counter punchers, and she's not able to blow them off the court, it can then cause issues, which is probably why her ranking is where it is. And she hasn't, if I'm not mistaken, she's never been in the top 10. And that would be a reason for it, is the kind of lack of consistency at times. In terms of the head-to-head, they've actually never played before, so that's quite interesting. And for me, in terms of play styles, we know what Iga Swiatek's about. She's a good spot server, not huge, not a huge serve, but an effective one. She's got a good all-round game for me. Good forehand. It's a bit strange the way she hits it, but it can be very effective. And the backhand as well is not bad at all. She isn't going to blast the leather off the ball like Kanepi does. She's more versatile, likes to slice and dice at times as well. Has a very unique type of game and versatility that makes her a good all-round player. And she's able to adapt quite well. So I would imagine that she should have too much in the toolbox for Kanepi, but Kanepi is a tricky opponent for sure. And if she's hot, she'll be very hot, and it'll be extremely tough for Swiatek to deal with. But for me, Swiatek to win in straight sets, actually, is how I'm going to go. I think if Kanepi manages to really, I think, limit the double faults and, limit the unforced errors, which is, easier said than done, then we could very well have her in the semi-finals. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it would be her first ever Grand Slam semi-final. So let's see how it goes. A very, very intriguing one for sure. And I'm very much looking forward to this one as well. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Please do remember to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Really do appreciate it. Stay safe and well, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.